Thank you, Vicki. It's a pleasure to be here. Hello to everyone, and thank you for your attendance today. We're fortunate to have so many people together to bring awareness to the dangers and the destruction which heroin addiction brings. In Berwick, there is a wide range of drug addiction. Specifically speaking about heroin today, it is important to know that the average user goes through multiple bags of heroin per day and will use every day of the week if possible. Most individuals buy it in a bundle, which consists of 10 packets of heroin. A bundle of heroin in Berwick averages in price between $125 up to $200, depending on the stamp on the bag. Obviously, it's an extremely expensive habit, and one that typically causes the user to commit crimes to be able to afford the amount of drugs their system needs just to avoid becoming sick and going into withdrawal. I have personally seen in my time as an investigator how drug addicts have wreaked havoc on the community, committing crimes in order to support their habit. That is why we created our Special Operations Group, to consist of multiple officers from the Berwick Police Department to work together to attack drug trafficking and the usage in the borough of Berwick. Since its inception, SOG has been very successful in its fight against drug trafficking and drug-related crimes. The community has been very helpful assisting SOG regarding those investigations. I ask for the community's continued support. The Borough of Berwick and the Berwick Police Department will soon be creating new websites. I have a plan to put on that page on the police website a confidentiality submission section for narcotics information tips. Also, we are in the process of creating a 1-800 tip line, which I will personally monitor. Berwick Police is already aware of a high percentage of the location of the drug houses here in the borough. It's not possible, though, for us to monitor each and every drug house at all times. With the community's help, we can gather a wealth of information together. The neighbors of a drug house will see people of all ages coming to the house at all hours of the day and staying for just a short period of time. Generally, these people couldn't care less about anything other than getting the drugs, and they typically create a disturbance wherever they go. Routinely, there are verbal and physical disputes at these drug houses, and more often during these drug purchases at the houses. Most homes are now installing camera systems to alert them when the police are coming, to allow them to hide their drugs. If you suspect drug activity, please give us the details of what you are seeing so we can eradicate this problem. The community is a big part of combating drug trafficking. Drug users, in support of their habit, frequently commit crimes against their own family in the hopes that the family members who are victimized will not report their crimes to the police. When you allow yourself to be a victim and don't report it to the police, you are enabling the user and setting yourself up to become a repeat victim. An addict has told me once that he was shooting as many as 7 bags of heroin in one syringe multiple times per day to keep his high. That is alarming. The high of heroin will fade dramatically after each use. This means the first time that you do heroin, you will have a several-hour high. The more you use, the shorter period of time the high will last. Symptoms of heroin use include rapid weight loss, cycles of hyper-alertness followed by nodding off, a reduced appetite. You get sick from not being high. Small pupils, disorientation, rapid facial tics, which we call skin crawl, runny nose, cuts, bruises, or scabs. Family members should be aware that not everyone will have the same symptoms and appearances when they become addicted to heroin. Heroin comes in a small glassine packet, which resembles wax paper. It generally has some type of stamp on it with a word or a picture. They are approximately the size of a postage stamp. Some drug paraphernalia include spoons that have burn marks on the bottom and syringes. Addicts will sometimes put heroin on the spoon, light it with a lighter underneath the spoon, then load the syringe and shoot the heroin into their veins. This constant use of the syringe will leave marks at the injection site. Addicts most often shoot into a vein in their arm, but I caution you shouldn't just look there. They could shoot it between their fingers, their toes, or wherever they can find a vein, and somewhere that they can conceal the marks. In today's newspaper, I'm quoted as saying that drug addiction knows no bounds. It scars all types of families and professions. I am sad to say that it has found its way to Berwick Police. We know that no one is infallible. I have spoken in length with thousands of individuals who are addicted to drugs. Each of those persons has their own sad story. I have seen how drug addiction has not only affected the individuals, but how it's affected their families as well. What is crucial is that when the users take responsibility for what they've done wrong and take corrective measures to deter the mistake from happening again, that their friends and that their families support them. The community policing trailer is here today. Mike Monaco, Sergeant Mike Monaco, he is here today with the trailer. Please, if you have young children or teenagers, visit the trailer. We have information about the hazards of using drugs. Learn about the effects drugs have on your brain and your body. Please talk to your children about the seriousness of this problem and how just using heroin one time can be fatal. It's Berwick Police's responsibility to engage in the war on drugs, and we've done that. We'll continue to do that. However, this is a community problem, and it's wonderful to see how this strong showing of support is for this community. I thank you.